Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. Obviously, Gympie's the place to be, so we'll be in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So we're doing our Monday night team call, which is open to everybody. We've got an awesome group of people all supporting each other. I'm very proud of you all on the way that you treat each other, the way you support each other, and the results that are being achieved. I think it's pretty fantastic. And that you're putting your arms around everyone, and not just the people that live here, but the people that live in other areas too. It's nice, because I know Lindy, I'm sure you really appreciate having the guys, this group. Yes. And I'm going to do a December to remember. So we really want to help you finish off the year strong, but we're going to kick off with some good news. So let's start with James and Amanda. So James, you came to Fit Club on Friday and we did your results, but you'd actually, when we did your results, it actually looked like you'd gained weight, but tell us what happened when we did your body scan.
I mean, I'd gained 600 grams and like we did a composition scan and it turns out in the last 3 weeks I'd gained 2.6 kilos in lean muscle and my body fat percentage has gone down by 2.9%.
Oh, pretty cool.
So, yeah.
And the before and after photo was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
that stomach. So did you do that photo, Cara? It was really cool.
It was a massive difference.
Super, super effective, and just keep you've all got such great before and afters. We saw Irene's at the summit. Lenny's been sharing hers. Like the more photos before and after ones. Like we actually used Cara's twice today. So thank you, Cara, for your before and after. That was pretty awesome. I can't wait to get James's up on at the centre as well, which is really cool. So congratulations. It's great to see you moving forward. So Lindy, I know that you've been helping Ben get some fantastic results. So tell us what's happened with him.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been a little bit worried about Ben because he carries a lot of weight around his stomach and upper body. And so it's taken me nearly a year to get Ben to even have the shake. So, and not just for not liking it, just because it's a different thing for him. So the last 3 weeks I've given him, or probably just under 3 weeks, a shake morning and afternoon as a snack. So it slows down what he's eating for his other meals and cutting back on his lunch a little bit, and a lot of aloe in his water, which he loves. He won't drink the tap water anymore unless it's got the aloe in it. So he has lost in this the last fortnight, 2.4 kilos. Awesome. So, which is really good.
So Ben's condition, just so everyone knows.
Autism, epilepsy, and he's non-verbal, and he's 19.
And they tend to actually put on weight quite easily, is this correct?
Due to the medication, the seizure medication, and also because he fixates on salt. So Josh is more the sugary and Ben's the salt, and so really pushing the water, and that's where to treat. So he's now gone this year from 89.9 kilos to 76.5. So he's lost just 13.6 kilos. So he's gone from a 3XL and now he's almost into a medium, which is good.
That is so awesome. Well done. And I know
the energy is bounding. He wakes up, sort of the same time as men. He's bounding, and the carer is just running after him. So he's got energy to boot now.
Awesome. So that's fantastic. Your persistence has definitely paid off. So well done, Lindy. We're really proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm proud of him too. And it's nice because the medication that they take is in relation to what they weigh. So the more weight he loses, the less his medication needs to be as well too, which is really good.
Excellent. We can't wait to hear the updates as well. So thank you very much, Lindy.
No problem.
Irene, you have some great news. What would you like to share?
Oh, well, I've had a long-standing client who is a retail client, doesn't want to be anything else, ordered some products, and then a new client came on board, and then she came back and registered and has been back again within this period of time and has ordered more products. She's loving the products, having great energy. She's a nurse, so very important. She does night shifts, and that is so important for her to be able to use her products to give her that energy she needs to be a great nurse.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Arnie. That's fantastic. Cara, Michael, what's your good news for the week?
We got a couple of things actually.
Ooh.
One of the truck drivers out at work, he's come on. He's only targeted at the moment, but he's tried some of the snacks that Cara makes up, and he's interested in making some of them up just to be a bit healthier.
Yep.
What else have we got? Well, after call tonight, I've got to ring another potential client. She's considering coming on for a bit of weight loss.
Yep.
And my boss actually tried some of my Herbie Bev at work and whatnot and purchased a trial pack today.
Awesome.
See how it goes.
The first trial pack we've sold.
That's excellent. And, you know, so it's interesting. Sometimes people are probably watching, right? So sampling works really well. So that's fantastic. We can't wait to see what comes of all those people and their results as well. So
we've also got our neighbour who I have to go and see tomorrow who's interested in having something as well. So we've got a bit of action going on everywhere.
Nice. And you know what, this is the time of the year people are wanting to lose weight. The heat has hit, and I can tell you most people go, whoa, you know, I need to do something about it. They're feeling tired, they're getting dehydrated, and it's really interesting, you know.
The neighbours, Maura, I spoke to her the other week, and it was 3:30 in the afternoon. She'd only had a cup of coffee, and she's 73 years old, so she needs to be having something, and I'm quite worried about her health, so I'm hoping we can support her with some of that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You might even come to Jerry and Carmel.
Yeah, I'm going to invite her, and we'll actually offer to bring her, so that might seal the deal.
So finishing the month off strong, I love that.
Hopefully.
Anyone else?
Steve just jumped on.
I'll also be there, so if you want for her to talk to me, I'm happy to do that.
Awesome.
Yay.
And just a little younger.
So look, we've rolled out the event and the flyers for Jerry and Carmel. So promote like crazy, you know, bring as many people as you can. That's what we definitely want, because they're going to deliver. There's going to be lots of really yummy things with the Christmas theme for people to try, and it's definitely they're going to get lots of value. So there'll be heaps of recognition and all those good positive things that will draw people in. So that's cool. So I think our good news was we went and did flyers today. It was hot, but it was good. And you know what? We did it in record time. We're getting faster during this day.
It was my new shoes.
No, I don't think it was your new shoes, darling. No. And then we went to the centre. We had two people booked in for the business opportunity. One came from the Sign, and the other one, so Signs work, James and Amanda. And the other one came from the Gympie Information. I think you might have seen me comment when she was talking about headaches. Right, and then she messaged and said that she had actually been looking at network marketing, was really interested to come and find out about Herbalife Nutrition. She was actually trying another product, coffee one, but not very happy with the research that she'd done on it. So anyway, I came in today, and I think she's coming to the walking group tomorrow with her little one. So it may just take a few exposures for her. And we've invited to Jerry and Carmel as well. So everything works. You've just got to do it all, and sometimes it feels like nothing's happening, and then boom, what happens? Everything happens. So just keep planting the seeds and things will happen.
Okay. All right. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready.
Let's go.
Right. So tonight's about your level 10. So whatever that is for you as an individual. A little bit this has probably come from everything, all the personal development, everything we're doing at the moment, because we're probably watching, listening to a lot of stuff. And I've just finished reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and I smashed that book out in about 2 weeks. And if you know who David Goggins is, he's the only person that has actually completed 3 Hell Weeks for the SEALs. Third one he completed it on. He's the only person in America that's ever completed SEALs, Ranger training, and there's something else within America that he actually completed all the levels and completed all the ultra marathons. And his attitude is, we all operate at 40%. When you get serious with yourself, we all live in the comfort zone, and we actually, even if we step out of it, we only operate at 40%. None of us actually live at 100% of any of our capacity, whether it's physical, mental, and all that sort of stuff. So after also going to the Success Summit, we're all talking about, you know, everything we do. And I thought, well, all right, we need to seriously step ourselves up as well and live to whatever our level 10 is and trying to improve ourselves and go from there. So that's basically what tonight's about. So we all overestimate what we can achieve in 1 year, and we underestimate what we can achieve in 10 years. And you have to start to understand that. We all think that we can achieve these great leaps and bounds in a year, and we can't always, because we need time to develop, practice, and improve our own skills. But we always underestimate what we can achieve in 10 years. And something I heard once is, it's harder to actually make $1 million in a year than it is to actually make $10 million in 10 years. And when you get that understanding, because you could actually fail at that for 9 years and still achieve it, because sometimes it takes the development and the growth and the planting of the seeds and watering that bamboo tree and whatever way you want to analyze that, that's what it does take to sometimes move forward. So something you just need to start to think about when we're doing stuff. So where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Something, and again, is what you need to look at. Whereabouts in 10 years' time would you like to be? So do you have a plan? Have you set some goals? So really, it's about that goal setting again. So have you done this? Do not have to answer the call to embarrass yourself. It's fine. I'm not asking for you to do that.
They might have all done it.
They may have all done it. Cool. I got some thumbs up from somebody in the background there. Lindy, thank you.
We are doing a goal setting workshop.
We are doing a goal setting workshop on the 7th, 4th, whatever day it is, 4th of January here in Gympie. Free total goal setting event at the deck. So yeah, so if you haven't done it, fine. But you really, if you want to grow and move forward, you have to have some level of goals. And you need the goals when that dark moment, when you're ready to quit, when you're ready to give up, when it's all biting at you, you can go, that's right, I wanted to achieve whatever it is. You need something to drag you back up, right? Because we all have moments. And if you read, Irene, you probably wouldn't like reading Can't Hurt Me book, because it's very raw. It's very explicit language all the way through it. You would probably go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But it's very, very real the way he writes. Okay. So I'm not going to use
that obvious, Ross. Am I that obvious?
No, I'm with you, Irene. Icky.
It's really intense, but it's what made the book, because it was raw as, and if you understood what his life was, and this guy was so bad, he became a Navy SEAL and actually become very, very well known, but he was in high school and he was reading and writing at grade 3 level. And his only way he had the ability to learn was to grab a textbook and write it word for word, and he'd have to write it up to 3 times out of a textbook before it would sink into his head. That was his learning disabilities. So it says if anybody can achieve that, you know what I mean? And he set goals and did software. But yes, it is very explicit.
Well, you couldn't put that book down.
I couldn't put it down. I physically couldn't put it down.
I'd wake up, it would be like 5 a.m. Oh, look, he's reading.
Yeah, go to bed. Midnight. It's reading. So I loved it, right? So this is one thing you need to look at. What pin are you visualizing? We talk about it. We go to training. So some of this is obviously out of language that was used out of the Success Summit. But what pin are you visualizing? So open it up. Where do you see yourself?
And you know what? If you're new or newish in the business, you might not have thought about this, but I would definitely suggest I just Google, Herbalife Get Team Pin, Millionaire Team, and then I save it as an image, and then you can do it as a screen thing on your phone, print some out, put them all around the place so that you can see them, and then put the date on when you think you're going to achieve it. And if you're not sure how to do some of the tab team ones, Get, Mill, Prez, and Sextra, you can have a chat with us and we can show you exactly what you need to do for that. So did you want to ask? Yeah,
so have you thought about, so I'll go quickly through it. Amanda and James, have you thought about where do you see yourself on a pin level? You are muted too, by the way.
We have a little bit, but we haven't really.
So throw it out there. We want to know. Throw it out. What is it?
Don't get me wrong. We'd love to make it the President's Team.
Awesome. I like that.
Cool.
I can see you guys as Pres team members for sure.
And I understand it takes confidence, and I know the rest of you going to say it. I understand It takes confidence to work on how you achieve that and what's involved. But yeah, if you don't sort of set some level of whatever that is. And I understand you've got to get to each pin before you can step to the next pin. Totally, I get all that. But if you don't have some level, then it makes it difficult. That's fine. Okay, cool. Lindy, thanks, James and Amanda.
International press team.
International press team, cool.
That means
Because
you
I like
have
to travel and I've got friends everywhere.
So you have business in other countries, that means.
You betcha.
You can go and visit your business.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
Exactly. Every time I get a country, that's where I want to go and visit.
Cool. Awesome. Irene?
Press team, of course.
Cool.
Actually, be alive to be a press team.
Good goal.
Yep.
Good goal.
So, Cara, Michael?
Michael just said Founders Circle would be okay.
Awesome. So do you
That's
know what
fine.
do you know what you need to do that?
No, but we'll give it a red hot shot.
So Founders Circle is 10 presidents team members in
Your first lines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
10 first line. You must have 10 actual first line, not down, direct first lines to you.
We've got James and Amanda already, so
Cool. Excellent. There you go. You got one. No worries. Excellent.
There's
I like
the
it.
start.
9 more.
Awesome. I like that. Founders Circle's cool. Emery's in the snow at the moment, but I do know her goal.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was Millionaire Team.
Yep. Cool.
Pretty sure to
Yep.
start with anyway. Steve?
I'd like to get the Get team, but a Millionaire team would be wonderful.
Cool. Cool. And look, and everybody has their own level, and that's perfectly fine. Yes.
And if you can get team, then you just got to help a couple of people get team as well. Once you've
That's
done it, you teach someone how to do it, then that will help you get to the next one
Yep.
anyway. So just help people reach their goal and you will reach your goal.
Yep.
I think we cover everyone.
Yes, we did. So that's what I want.
Just so you know, Michael and Cara want to go higher than
Fantastic. I'd love them to go further than me. I don't have a problem with that. But that's would be my clear aim at the moment. I'm clearly, it's always, whenever I've ever gone to training, they say a president's team, my brain has already been the chairman's club. It's always in that capacity above. Founders Circle, great, but my brain has always been, everyone go, oh, we want to go to chairman's club. President's team, when you put your hand up, it's like, no, I'm already at chairman's club. That's where my brain is. That's what I'm aiming for all the time. And to do that, the difference between chairman's club and Founders Circle, if you don't know, it's 5 presidents in your first line. All right. So that's separate lines.
Yeah.
All right. So you've just got to start to visualize what you want to achieve. And look, who knows? I understand in this business, you see at times people will obviously put the hand, I want to be a president team, and they get to a certain level and they get that comfortable point.
Yes.
And you tend not to have that same. The pressure can come off, the drive can come off. Irene is nodding her head at me. Because it's what happens, and it's not just, it can happen to anybody at any level, obviously.
But wherever you get to in the business, if you're happy there,
That's fine.
that is fine. Like
That's right.
everyone is different. You know,
Yep.
it's like some people are very happy to get 25% off and
Yep.
they like that discount and they'll just buy the products forever like that.
No
Great.
dramas whatsoever.
And if someone wants to go further, I'm sure they'll be higher than Founders Circle one day because there's already Founders Circle's members. But then they've got 50K and 70K prayers
Yes.
and all that as
Yes.
well. So there's lots of different ways that you can hit milestones and go for. And there's lots of little perks like the Chairman's Club and President's Team get sent lots of gifts from Herbalife and lots of different things. And Founders Circle as well. Chairman's Club have their own special holiday that they get sent on. I'm pretty sure Founders Circle does as well. Like
Yep.
it's pretty exclusive, all expenses paid, flown.
But the other side of
Around
it
the
is too, and I know we're holding up on this, you think about when you get to some of those levels, how many people have you actually helped yourself to achieve their level, whatever level they wanted to? And a lots, you know what I mean? If you think of getting to President's Team, Chairman's Club, Founders Circle, how many people have you helped that they've helped that have changed the habits of people around the world? That's another way to look at it. Not necessarily an income point of view. How many people have we helped create Mark Hughes' dream, having shaken a canister in every person's home?
And
That's
you know
what that
what?
creates.
Why not have it all? We're allowed to have it all. We're
Yep.
allowed to have good health and freedom and financial independence and fun and travel and amazing friends and, you know, have time with our families. That you can have it all. You're allowed to have it all.
So it all starts. Do you like how I got the dark and then a bright, you have a slight smack of bright light comes back up in your eyes? It starts with a 90-day plan. All right? It really does start with that 90-day plan. And it's just 1 day of activity done 90 days. That's all a 90-day plan is. It is that simple. Now, you may have to do a 90-day plan in a part-time capacity. You may be only able to work 1 day a week.
I'm thinking it took me 14 goes at a 90-day plan to actually complete one. I would start, get like 5 days in, 10 days in, and then go, I've missed whatever target I'd put. So back to day one, start again. And it's not 7 days straight or 90 days straight. It might be 3 days a week or 2 days a week or 5 days a week or 6 days a week, whatever your 90-day plan is of consistent activity, ticking it off. That's why those charts are great to use to tick off to help you be more consistent.
Yep. So it's just really, you look at it and go, oh my God, how am I going to do 90 days? It's not. It's just 1 day's of activity. Work out how does that structure work. And it may be a different activity today to tomorrow within a week, but it's putting a plan in place that I'm going to consistently do that and then go from there.
And it might be just talking to one person a day, every day for 90 days. Just start there and then double it, then triple it. Your business will grow because of it.
Yep. So, and all you need to do is learn, tell, show, try, and do. That's all we do. That's our business in a nutshell. Tell, show, try, do.
And I think if you're just telling people what to do all the time, but you're not actually showing them by example, like you have to lead by example. It's really important. And it doesn't mean you're going to be good at everything. It doesn't mean you have to do absolutely everything, but you want to lead by example because people will follow you and they'll follow your example on how you use the products, what events you're attending, your commitment level, they will copy that and duplicate it. So, and then you get them to try to do it. So, for example, I know Cara sat in on a few Herbalife opportunity meetings for Let's Go and sort of the STS, and then we did a little mini, well, not much of a practice run, but a mini practice run, and then we tried it together. And I know in not too distant future, you'll be able to do the whole thing all by yourself if you wanted to, or you grab the next person that wants to learn. So, anyone can learn how to do these things, and we want you to learn.
So when, I presume pretty well most people on the call have pretty well got children in some way, shape or form, or have been around younger people or whatever the case may be. We'll get to that in a second. So it's learn the basics, practice the skills, give it a go, make a mistake, learn from the mistakes, have another go, keep learning and ask questions. That's all it is.
And I think Jim Rohn says you can learn from other people's experience, which means you don't have to make as many mistakes. And your learning curve will be steeper, or that's why it's good to get like your mentors on calls and things like that, and at your appointments to help, so you can learn what they say. But if you don't have that option, like I know with Merv, he didn't come with me on my retail calls and appointments, so I had to make the mistakes myself and say things that I shouldn't have said. Lose a couple of people on the conversation because I didn't do it right, but that's how I learned, and I got better and better as I went along.
So do you remember having these things?
Yes.
Oh, they're children, are they?
Yeah, they're children.
Right. So, and they started to get up. Did you give up on them? We didn't give up on them. We made sure we helped them. We did this. So we helped them try. They obviously stumbled. We gave them encouragement till they become a happy human and they could do it on their own. That's what's the difference in what we do right now. It's tell, show, try, do. Now, okay, you didn't tell the child how to walk. They were just going to get up and crawl around anyway. But in principle, you never gave up on them. Right. What's the difference if you become an adult? What do? We tell someone how to ride a push bike. We show them how to do it. We help them. And what happened? They fell over. They tried. They got older and they tried again because they fell over. They want to try more tricks, right? And eventually, whatever age it was, we did it and we got a high five for it. High five. So that's all Herbalife is. It's telling someone what's involved, showing them what's involved. They try it until they do it. It's no different, all right?
Yeah, and I think sometimes when we're adults, we get a little bit critical of ourselves.
Absolutely. So so what's the difference now you're an adult? Do your peers encourage you? Often we will be told you can't do that. You know what I mean? So what happened in the encouragement? What happened to the high five? It's important. So the way to do that is surround yourself with people who empower you to become better. It's important. All right. And be prepared to make mistakes. It's fine. It's okay. And just go back to, hang on a minute. I never gave up on my child that's trying to walk. I didn't get to 6 months and go, or 12 months or whatever age it was and go, no, you're done. I'm going to go and find another one. We don't do those sort of things. We just kept trying. When our children are trying to ride push bikes or whatever it is, when we try to drive a car, all those things is exactly the same thing. It's no different. So how do you do all this? You attend every event for knowledge. And you use the event to invite others to see the products and the opportunity. That's really what we do. We learn knowledge from events, and sometimes you can go to events and you may hear 5 seconds of something that clicks and goes, uh-huh. And you may be there for 2 days or 3 days, and that's all you pick up. But it's enough that, and they start, all those little blocks stick together. And you invite others to see the products and opportunity, because they don't always believe it from us. They need to see it from themselves, and they need to hear it from someone else.
But at the end of the day, the event is for your new people.
Yep.
Yes, you go to show
Sure.
commitment, and you show up. If you show up, people will follow. But at the end of the day, it's definitely for the new people, and how you treat that event, your focus and how you're taking notes and all those things, they're going to be watching.
Yep, all the time.
Yep.
I think there's another aspect to going to the events that we often forget, and that is, as Herbalife distributors, we are what I say called word merchants. And as you go to the events, you may hear the same thing over and over, which is important. However, what I do is I listen, but I'm also listening for words, because as you go through life, the words have changed. And to keep abreast of that, you need to hear. And I always remember Shondell saying about the instant herbal beverage, I'm writing before she had said what it does. And she said, for a significant difference. And my ears picked up. And I thought, wow, So we are word merchants. You don't get bored. I don't think I know it all. Listen for those special words that will help you to impact another person by using them.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Great point.
It is a great point, because it's probably what we're listening to at the moment. We're listening for that specific word that someone says, okay, yes, that makes more sense to say that word instead of what I have been saying, because we are so used to saying a certain way or a certain thing, and it takes skill and knowledge to understand all that. Absolutely.
So always be the student.
Always be the student. So the less you know, the faster you'll go, and the simpler you make it, the easier it is to duplicate. That doesn't mean you don't want to know anything, but when you overcomplicate it, you slow yourself down. So you have to know it, but when you start to overcomplicate everything you do tend to slow yourself down instead of just going with that passion and using the words that we all know that we use.
I think the other thing too is, don't wait for everything to be perfect before you do
Yes.
something.
Yes.
I'm very much like, let's just get it out there and get some stuff happening. We can refine it as we go, because otherwise I would never do it if I had to wait for it to be absolutely perfect before I started. So.
And you're using this a lot. So this is where you get to that point where, even if you know it all, you're going as, I don't know about that. All I know.
It's really hard to use it. I don't know, has anyone found it difficult? That you just want to say that little bit more about it.
Can I say the biggest thing is when you go to road shows, particularly, at the stadiums, watching the games, and you're getting people that come along that are very knowledgeable about sport, and then they'll start asking different things, and I go, I just don't know. All I know is, but why don't you know? And and then you sort of just have to keep working, circumnavigating around it. So, yeah. It's very individual to people, and
it is very much so.
What they all want.
And I think the issue is today we live in a world of the Google lookup. So people then go and fully investigate things to death and think that they're, the typical brain surgeon or encyclopedia of everything that Google explains to them, whether it's right or wrong. And I think that's where people get themselves all undone at times.
I did see a really good post from Luke the other day where he said, you want to ask me all these questions about Herbalife, but then he showed the McDonald's, but you'll eat all of this without
asking a single thing. Yeah.
Which I found really, really interesting. But just know your results, know how to package your result, how to share other people's results. It's the best way to show that the products are working. Because as soon as you start adding that little bit extra in, then you add more and more, and they can still have their opinion anyway.
Yes,
There's a training by Mark Hughes where he gets everyone to come up and throw all these objections at him. I think it's called How to Use the Products with Mark Hughes. And he gets all the people up on stage and they're throwing all these questions out, and they're going, you know, what about the vitamin A in this? Or I don't like tablets, or I don't like shakes, or I don't like the taste. I don't know about that. All I know is I took it and I lost weight, and if you'll lose weight too, and if for any reason I'll give you money back. And he just kept going on and on. And it was really great because he just had the same response. And I thought he did a really good job.
Yep. So you do have to have a professional attitude shift. So the question is, have you read the career manuals? And how many times?
Is it a question?
Sort of. I'm looking at Cara, just wondering what the answer is going to be, but she's okay. So have you read the career manuals and how many times?
Oh.
It's up to you.
4 times.
4 times. Cool. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. Do you know the marketing plan?
Yeah, I think everyone knows it pretty good.
Okay. So it's a learning thing. It's an attitude shift. See, this is where it double ups on yourself. The more you know, the slower you go, but you still need to know, but you still got to have that same passion to go forward. It's a little bit of a double-edged here, all right? Do you know the event schedule? Do you know when all the SDSs are, or whatever is coming? I know they're not always notated out, but do you know when they are? Do you know all the events and everything that's coming? So that if someone said, oh, yes, we've got a Let's Go, or yes, we've got an SDS, or whatever it may be, you do need to know what that is.
So we try and plan 90 days out, but then we've usually got all the SDSs in for the year, so we can have a look where we've got girls, just different things that we have to plan around.
Oh, look, I understand things always can go wrong. They may have put an SDS in for, say, whatever date, and suddenly then they change it. Look, you just can do your best you can do whenever that happens, because there could be circumstances that cause all those things to happen around you. And can you teach to duplicate? And that's the biggest thing. That's why it has to be simple. Can you teach to duplicate? And if you can't, that's okay. If that's a matter of just practicing, learning, and having that attitude shift. You know what I mean? If you think about it, if you were learning to be a doctor, lawyer, well, it doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. Wanted to get a semi-trailer license, you would still have to learn the processes. We do no different.
But if you can use the products and you're getting a result, then you're helping someone else use the products and get a result. You're duplicating.
Yep.
That's a really good sign. And the same thing, if you're helping people move through the marketing plan, you're duplicating. If you're helping get people to the events, you're duplicating. So all those things are very simple things to do. And generally it's because you're already doing it yourself.
Yep. So the screen is green for a reason. So asking the questions again, what do you call what you do? What are you? Do you know what it is? I have it to flick up, but I don't want to say it.
There's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer.
Oh, sorry, you want an answer, sorry.
Yeah, just a quick flick back every now and again.
So what would you say if someone asks you what you do?
What do you do?
Well, sorry, multi-level sales.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's what I'm looking for. What do you call yourself? You know what I mean? If someone asks you, what do you do? What are you involved in? You know, I know you're going to say Herbalife, but what is it though?
Health and nutrition.
Okay.
Weight loss coach.
Weight loss coach.
Cool.
All right. Anyone else want to throw anything out? Cool. Whatever you like.
I usually say I help people with their health and with their wealth.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. So what we actually are, and it doesn't matter, you can call it anything you like. We're in network marketing.
Yeah.
We're not in multi-level marketing. We're in network marketing. All right. And the next thing you can flick up after that, you're a network marketing profession.
But it's all those other things as well.
It's all those other things as well. By throwing up, what I'm trying to help you understand here is it's flicking your own attitude and your own positivity up. I'm not in multi-level marketing. I'm a network marketing professional. I'm in a profession.
Why can't you say you're multi-level? Because that's what it is anyway.
You can if you want to.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a matter of, you can call it whatever you want. It's just changing how you, all right?
Okay.
All right.
And I guess more of the bottom word is profession. That it is a profession, and it's a very honourable profession. When you listen to the Millionaire Training Tapes, I don't know how many of you have been listening to them, but Larry Thompson says, you know, the sales industry is one of the most honourable industries in the world, because most people have got something from a salesperson. If you look around the house, it's come from a salesperson. And so you really want to be proud of being in network marketing or being in that sales profession, because you're helping people have a better life.
If you think about it, where you're sitting right now in the rooms that you're sitting in right now. So I can see curtains behind Lindy, I can see curtains behind Michael Carr. They were bought from a sale of some sort. Whether the person sold them to you or not, they were that you bought them from a sale. The car you got, where did it come from? Generally, it come from a salesman. Whether it's secondhand or not, but somebody had to try and sell it to you. Everything we do is about selling. When you start to get that in your head, you can understand you are in a very, very high looked after profession. It's actually probably the most honourable profession there is, because it's what we do. All right. Okay.
Keep listening to the Millionaire Training tapes as well.
Yeah. So, and what are we? We're ever expanding network of people working together to help distribute a product. That's what we do. So when someone tries to challenge us, that's what we are. That's why we're network marketing. We're always working together to help distribute a product. It's really what we are. That's what it is in a nutshell when you think about it. Irene's writing that down, you can see.
I'm writing everything down.
See, Irene is a really good student.
But I like your training, and why I do it is it's good for me, but it also helps me. I can share it with others as well that may not necessarily listen to what I send out.
Yes.
But when I'm talking, I have it there and I can talk to people about it, because that's important. This is very good training, guys. Very good training.
So,
just so you know.
Thank you. So that's how we start. That's us. You, doesn't matter. Put you in the center of the circle. You're the dot. You're the cross. Right?
It's a plus sign.
It's a plus sign.
It's a plus.
And then what do? We go and find somebody. Right? And I'm going to show it in a different way, because normally you watch it in I get one, I get one, I get one, I get one, I get one. That's how we normally see it.
Is that 10?
Yeah, that's 10, by the way. So there's your 10 first line. There's your founder circle if you want to think about it, but in principle. Now, when you think about it, that's all founder circle is. That's all it is. It's finding 10 people. It may take you 10 years, but it's just finding 10 serious people that go out and find people. That's all.
Did you have fun making this?
Yeah, I have to be careful, because I know what happens when I hit the button too far, what it's going to do. So that's all we do. Right? So it's not necessarily a line. We're ever expanding network of people. When you look at it in a different way, it changes your way you think about what we do. If we do that, and then that's what starts to happen.
It's like a pretty flower.
Like a pretty flower, right? It's never expanding. And then from there, all it does is keeps going in principle.
And it goes all around the world.
That's correct. That's all. This is really. I know where I know
each one of them could be a country, Lindy.
Yeah. All right. So basically, that's what it is. It's a never expanding network of people, and to be that founder circle or the chairman's club, it's only a matter of finding those first 5 or those first 10.
It might not be your first 5.
And it may not be your first 5.
Yep.
Absolutely. You may have to go through lots of 5s or lots of 10s until you find that one person that goes, I get what this process is about, and then they go out and do the same thing. Right? Because everybody sits at different levels. It's somebody, like we said, just may want to have the product, just may want to get involved, just might want to have a shake and a multivitamin, get their 25% and be like that for the rest of their days. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what they want to do.
Yep.
There isn't. We need all of those people within what we do. But I like it when I looked at it that way and made change my headspace. I went, hang on a minute, I'm not just trying to create this, what we call a pyramid or what's in our brain. We're expanding a network of people all around the world. All right. And that's how I like to look at it.
And I think it's just knowing what people want and then helping them achieve it, and still give them the opportunity to take a look at the bigger picture. But if it's not for them, it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now what are we doing?
So it's just a better way. It's another way to look at it. Network marketing is just a better way. It's a better way of lifestyle. It's a better way of what we do. All right. And did you know, some little bit of facts here, people who work and enjoy a lifestyle type industry live approximately 15 years longer than an average full-time employee or career person. So the reason for that is
the job sucks the life out of them.
Pretty well.
Pretty much.
Pretty well. So,
hey, have you worked in local government?
No, I haven't.
So
We're trying to get you out of there.
I had to trying to look for some facts on this, and it is controversial in areas. But in general, what they're trying to say is, person that
I made you do some research.
made me just right. We looked parts up, and it is a little bit contradictory to what it did say. But it basically was what it tried to say was, in certain industries, where a person had their career to 65 and then retired, and they got paid a pension, the pension stopped being paid about 18 months to 2 years later. Why? Because they were no more. Where a person retired about 55 or thereabouts and had a better lifestyle, or maybe slowed down in their standard career, not doing their full hours, they generally tended to last 15 years, roughly longer, because their lifestyle, because they have the ability to still work but enjoy that process of life, the stress, all that changes in a person's lifestyle.
Well, you only have to look at Irene and Con and Rosemary and Jennifer and Jan to see people in their 70s.
Yep.
Having,
enjoying life and experiencing living longer and all that. And you look at the same industry, same people that have obviously worked their butts off for their entire life. You can tell they look old. They look worn out. You know what I mean? So it's just a better way of life. Still takes work. Remember that. It still takes work. We've still got to go out and do stuff.
And I think that's probably the most important thing, that with Herbalife, you can do it to how you are feeling as you get older, and what's, on a daily basis, and no one is telling you what you've got to do. Whereas when you work in a job, you are so controlled that it takes away the joy of living at times.
Yes, it does. Because you think about a person that has a employee's mindset has been brainwashed from the beginning of school. So I've probably said this before. They go to school, they have to put their hand up, can they go to the toilet? Yeah. That happens all the way through their schooling career. They're told when they go to lunch, they're told when they can go home. We get into a job, we're told the same thing. This is when you start, this is when you go home. And in some cases, in some industries, you still have to ask, can I get off the checkout, or can I do this, can I go to the toilet? Maybe not in every role, but there is plenty of roles where that is the case. Yeah. I've heard of people that work at, say, in some of the, say, McDonald's or whatever, and they've asked, can they go to the toilet, and they've wet themselves because the manager hasn't allowed them to get up and go to the toilet in the process. It goes on, right? So that's the difference in levels of attitude where you work something. So I'm about to show you something that you can use, as like Irene said, as a set of words that may just help close a client. I'm just giving you some bits and pieces. I've said part of this, but probably not all of it. And I said part of this on stage the other weekend at the Success
And considering I've given you that little info video, I know it's got the subtitles on it, but I thought it was quite clever. I know, Cara, you had a look at it, and then thought it was pretty cool. You've got some recruiting scripts on Challenge Yourself Daily. You've got some different flyers that you can use because that flyer, the second one, the generic one, you can use for any time. It hasn't got a date on it for the event, so you could get someone in and do a business opportunity with them, and then use this set of words to get that decision.
Yeah. So you presented the product or opportunity to someone, and normally we often go, "What did you like?
What did you think?
What did you think?"
Yeah.
That's generally what we throw out at people. The best thing you can do is flick that word in, and I'll underline it. That word at the end. What did you like best? So the most negative Nancy in the world has to come up with what they like the best out of whatever they thought. You trap them in just one word, basically, right?
You're not trapping them. You're trying to draw something positive
out of whatever they've said, right? So you're asking if you say, what did you like? They go, nothing. What did you like best? They've now got to think about something. They've actually got to stop long enough to go, well, yeah, okay, there was whatever, all right? Not everybody, because some people are just not going to want to know it at all. That's fine. They're perfectly, thank you, they're a red light, see you later. It's not a problem, right? And then the other question you can ask is, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not interested and 10 being very interested, where do you see yourself? Now, as long as they don't give you a 1, they're interested. Because asked the question, 1 being not interested. If they give me a 2, they're still interested. There's still something. It might just take many more exposures or invitations to come back and see something else. Maybe it's just not the right time for them. If they tell you a 6 or a 7, you've pretty well got them locked in.
And you can use this for the products and
The option.
business. Yeah.
Yep. And the reason 6 or 7 locks them in, because no one's going to tell you 10. Generally, they don't. Nobody ever goes right up to the 10 level. All right. So that's just one way of saying it. And then this is the next set of words you use. How much money would be worth your time each month? So I'm asking them at the moment what would be worth their time. Right? Now, there's a trick on this question. You cannot answer them. You cannot say, no, any dollar, but you have to wait.
We did this with Jess today.
You have to wait for the answer. Now, some people are going to go, I don't want it, so you do this. Hypothetical or just for fun, let's play. You know, what would be worth your time? You're getting them to give you an answer. They may say $1, they may say 500, they may say 1,000, they may say 10. It doesn't matter what figure they say.
So Jess said 2,000.
She said 2,000 today, right? All right. Okay. The next question is, and how many hours a week would you be willing to commit to have $2,000, is what Jess said, extra a month? And again, you're waiting for them to answer.
So of course she might have said, 5 hours a week, and you'd have to go, oh look, you know, probably not quite realistic, but she said 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, I think she could.
She just locked us. She started to lock herself in.
Yeah.
She was being realistic in her dollars and had how much time she wanted to make.
Yeah.
Right. Then he said, and how many months would you be willing to work those 4 hours a day, which would basically work out to 20 hours a week, to have the extra $2,000 a month to be worth your time? I've flicked again off. So everything they've told you is everything they want, not what you want. You're waiting because everybody's different, right? And she basically said, 3 to 4 months. So yes, it's feasible, especially on that many hours a week. It absolutely is feasible.
But she's got to make sure she's working in those.
Yes,
4
obviously,
hours. Yeah.
obviously, right? And then it basically comes down to, if I, such and such, could show you a way for it to be worth your time to have an extra $2,000 a month doing those 20 hours of effort per week over the next 4 months, would you be willing to take a look, have a go, whatever, get started, right?
Yeah.
So even on the most negative person, and you played the hypothetical game, they've told you how much extra money that would be worth their time to put effort in. They've told you what level that they're prepared to work per week, and they've told you how long they're prepared to stay in trying before they would pull the pin. It's just another set of words.
I think I like it because it's already getting them to set goals.
Yes.
Which I do like. Yeah.
All right. So I just wanted to help you, again, those set of words to help you play with that from there. And obviously this is obviously recorded, so you can sit later and, right? Okay. All right. So that's the basis of the level 10 training. There's some. So I just wanted to give you some little bits and pieces to try and help you shift your attitude to a professional style attitude, to try and shift you into that mindset. And something that I said to Shelley the other day is to give you an example of something that shifts the way you think. We had a client I said to Shelley, I get frustrated when we have clients that don't want to come when the time that we're at the office, and they can come to our house. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But my time is very valuable, and that's how I see myself. And the client was due should have been there by 11:30. Sorry, 11 o'clock, because we had a client that they cancelled. That was fine, no problems. And then they went, I probably won't get there till 12. And then buzzed it, no, I'm not going to make it now. And I sort of got a little bit narky, as I can do.
Really? I didn't notice.
And I said to Shelley, this is not acceptable. If they were going somewhere and had to pay for the service of a lawyer, for example, they'd have been on time. That lawyer would have charged them to be there whether they turned up or not, right? Because that's the way it operates in those industries, right? You get charged if they ring you, you get charged. And I said, we're worth $300 an hour when you think about if you're going to earn $100,000 a month. You work it out.
You did work it out.
And I did work it out. So we're worth about $300 an hour. In my headspace, if I'm going to be a chairman's club earning $100,000 a month, I'm worth $300 an hour. Now, I don't have a problem spending that and giving value. Like today, we spend hours with these two clients. But when I change that headspace, it changes the fact of hang on a minute, if I'm sitting on my ass, I'm blowing off that sort of money. I'm not out working, I'm not whatever else. And it changes the way you think about yourself. All right, so I just wanted you to do that. Irene is still writing it. And we up to Irene?
I'm fine, I'm just finished.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to
that happens a lot. And
That's
I think that most, especially Con, would get quite rude, I felt.
Yep.
However, one of the things that I noticed over the years, that he wasn't as accommodating, but he also got to, with the people he was working with, more respect for
Yep.
his time.
Yep.
So it may sound terrible at the beginning, but in the end of it, you are working more efficiently.
Yep.
And you're getting the respect and showing the value of the business. Not the income only, but of the business.
Yep.
So you have to be a little bit of both, because it is a human and it is a people's business. But definitely you need to be able to value your own time, or else nobody else will.
Yeah, I think I get a little bit annoyed when we get treated with, oh yeah, you'll be there, it's all right, and we're just sitting there twiddling our thumbs when they've told us going to come and they don't want to turn up.
It doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often, but I get a little bit annoyed with that, because if I was going to a dentist, a doctor, anywhere, well, if I didn't turn up on time, guess what happens? Bingo, appointment's gone. Sorry, you'll have to make another one.
Well, we already covered that. So
Okay.
can I just say,
Yes, I get passionate about it.
that especially the ones that are working, you've got kids, you've got other commitments, your time is precious and time is value. So treat it that way. And like it's not about being rude or going,
No,
I'm
it's
better
not.
than, or I'm worth this. It's about knowing that your time is valuable and use it wisely. You're not going to get those moments back again.
Yeah.
So especially when you're trying to have a balanced life.
But on the other side of that, with the two ladies we had today, I would have spent all day there if I had to, if that helped them make a decision. So there's a two sides to that scenario. You know
Well,
what I mean?
just message and she's coming to the walking fit.
So it was worth the time. I wouldn't have cared how many hours I spent there if that helped a brand new person make a decision and go from there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so moving on. So if you haven't already seen this in your emails,
Yay!
shampoo and conditioner are back in stock.
Thank goodness for that.
All right, so yes.
My hair's like so much healthier, even though it's been under a cap today. I've really noticed a difference. I'm not losing as much hair. It's healthier, even though I damaged it with color. It's definitely.
Well, we were on our last bottle of conditioner.
I don't know what you were going to do.
we're on our last bottle. I still had 2 bottles of shampoo left, but we're on our last bottles of
I was
conditioner.
just going to squirt something else in there on that one of them. It didn't matter, you know.
So obviously we've
If you
reordered.
cut the end off, you can still get more out. I've had to do
that
that.
is true. It's like all bottles. If you cut them all in half, you can still get more out if you really need to. Absolutely. So yeah, so at least that's back, which is fantastic.
Yes, that's the only people asking. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Christmas catalog's obviously still out. You know, utilize it the best way you possibly can. I know I did an order yesterday, and I looked at the order that I was going to do, and went, oh, I can get I can get that and that. So I did it from my own point of view. I just, you know,
Did you get the salad bowl for me?
No, I didn't need that.
Aw.
I needed another bottle because the one that came with had a bugging lid, and I lost my last one, so I made sure it was a 24-pack.
Okay.
So I knew I was going to order, and I went, hang on a minute, well, that's actually a 24-pack. Crazy to order individually. I can order the 24-pack, and I'm going to get 2 more canisters. So whether I do it for myself or you do it, or however you want to do it, you know what I mean, depending on how you're doing orders and bits and pieces. So, you know, something to think about.
So I will, Cara, just in case, this week is my goal is to get some example teachers gifts and little Christmas gifts that we can have as well that incorporate some of these things, but a little bit more simplified.
Yep.
So I am working on that this week. That's one of my.
Yeah, so utilize it at the best however you possibly can while ever the stocks and that's available from there.
We can chat tomorrow about it.
So the major part of the call. Well, so there was good training, but this is where we need to get to. Spectacular 2020.
Coming up.
It's
8
coming
weeks.
up. It's 8 weeks.
Yeah.
8 weeks. So, question is, have you got your ticket?
Yes. Yes.
Steve,
Okay.
everybody's individual, that's fine. But the reality of it is, if you want to propel your business forward, you need to get your ticket. And then you need to get people in your team to get their ticket. It's really important. It'll be the difference between some of the steps that jump from this point between onwards. So,
If I may just say something there before we
Absolutely.
go on, and that is for Steve. When we got started, Conrad was very skeptical, and didn't like Americans. And so it was a very hard time to get him to even look at the business. And he did look at it. Remember, we had no income. And then there was an event similar to the Spectacular, a very big event. And the only reason that he went was because she was a truck driver and she cursed. And he couldn't get over that she could be a president's team, use bad language, and could drive a truck. And going to that event totally changed not just our lives, but his attitude, which in turn changed our life. So, and he also then saw it as a acknowledgement of Mark Hughes and a show of gratitude, as well as getting to know everybody. And so we attend for many reasons, but also as out of respect for Mark Hughes and what he actually has accomplished through us all. That's it.
Cool. Thank you, Irene. So, look, I realise it takes time and money and sacrifice. There's lots of things we all have to organise to get there.
Absolutely.
And I get it. Like, you know, so we've done a bit of organising with the girls because it was the week that we have the girls. So we're all flying down to Mildura, go to the farm.
We're flying to Melbourne. We're flying from Melbourne to Mildura, Mildura back to Melbourne, Melbourne to Adelaide just to get Adelaide. Yeah,
yes,
I love it.
That's, but I'm saying that, you know, the girls get to spend some time on the farm. We'll get to travel down with them, spend a couple of days. But there's going to be a few days that I know I'm not going to be with them so that I can go and train, but I'm doing it for their future, for that investment. So, and yeah, and I'm super excited. And look, even though I know Anne-Marie, she's got her ticket, but she's got to work out with her walker or wheelchair or mobility scooter of how to get there and get around as well. So there's, you know, everyone has things that they've got to organise and do. So.
So then you've obviously got photo opportunity. So you've got the guest speakers. Train Amy. So to achieve that, you need 5 frontline or first line. All right. So that's the question. You need to get your own ticket. Then you need to work out, how do I get a team of people with me? Because that makes the difference. Because if I'm going to break my network out, I need someone else to see it. I can't come back and explain to somebody what I'm going to see. And the good way I look at it, I listen to it, is if they're on the fence, whether it's a business firm, guess what it's going to do to them? Either they go and go, it's not for me, or wow, I didn't realize this. That's what it actually will do to you. All right. Now you might get there and go, this is a lot of garbage. These people are nuts. What am I doing here? That's fine. And that's great. If that
I don't think you will.
No, but if that's great, if that happens, because that at least helps that person make a decision. Right? Then rather, or the person goes and goes, I didn't realize it was as big as this. I didn't realize this many people were involved. I didn't realize you could achieve this. I didn't, whatever it may be. It opens up Steve's nodding his head going, yes. So that's why you need to get your 5. Now, what if you, whoever you are, got your level 10? Just think of what you just achieved. Now, I understand, but if you go, I'll never do that, guess what you just did yourself? I'll never get that. But if you flick out 10 names on a piece of paper and you just ask the question, you just never know. You have 8 weeks between now and Spectacular. And I have heard plenty of stories where somebody got in the business the day before, bought the ticket and went and ended up at whatever level. You just never know.
So I've written out this list of people. So I've got people that I know in Adelaide. Some are registered, some aren't. They might have been old clients and things. I'm just going to pick up the phone and call them and yeah, ask them, do you want to come and spend the weekend? It's going to be amazing. It's our 39th year. All these great things going to be happening. And so some of them aren't on social media and some are. So I'm just going to pick up the phone and call. And then I've obviously got people all over the place. So I'm just going to ask the question and paint a bit of a picture of why they might want to come, because there might be different reasons, thinking about what appeals to them. They might just want to come and hang out with me for the weekend, which is fine. They might want to come to a party. They might want exclusive merchandise. They might want to see the product launch. They might need some inspiration, or maybe they're really thinking about getting the business kick-started. So I've got a list, and I'm just going to pick up the phone and talk to these people and invite them.
Yeah. And see, from my point of view, I'm not looking to get the 5+ or 10 just so I can get the photo opportunity with Trainer Man. That personally to me doesn't interest me as a person. It interests me that if I could get 10 people there, they get to see something that I can't show them in my local environment for the next 12 months, basically. That's why I want those 10 people to go to that event.
But if someone else wanted the photo with them and we could help them achieve that, that
Absolutely.
would make me pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other one is that there's a direct correlation of how many people you take to Spectacular on the growth of your business 90 days after that.
Yep.
So thinking about that, and you know what, it's very easy to go, oh, they wouldn't be interested, or they're too busy, or they're this, or they're that. Just ask, hey, I'm going to this thing in Adelaide. We're really excited. It's going to be a fantastic weekend of training and inspiration. I was thinking about you. Would you like to come? Would you like to come with us? They might not even be registered yet, but it's okay. The worst they're going to say is no, but you've planted a seed, and they might just go, what is it? Oh, how can we get some photos or a video, or obviously I've been doing a little bit of posting with photos on Spectacular to keep painting that picture of what you're going to get from it, because it's hard to put it into words and show you, but at least a photo can show you a little bit of it.
It's still that what if game, right? It is that what if game, and I don't want to talk about the next major event that's going to come after this too heavily, but what if you got them to this? And I know what they're going to blast at Spectacular. They are going to talk about the 40th anniversary. It's going to be all over everything that's going to be done.
Brand new products, though.
Brand new products, all that sort of stuff. Five brand new products, all at this event. And someone goes, wow, I could go to what's coming at the next event, which is going to be.
And 5 brand new products equals growth in your business. Absolutely, it will.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 5 new things that you can go and say, hey, we've now got this, we've got this, we can whatever. Sorry. Okay. So, have you got your ticket? That's the question. There's the prices. Obviously, general tickets now, it's gone up obviously $20. The other thing you need to be very aware of is if someone started in the business, joined Herbalife Nutrition after the 2nd of October, they get it at the first release price.
Yeah, Anne-Marie. Thank you, Anne-Marie. She told me this on the weekend when I spoke to her. So.
Yeah, so they get it at that. It might only be $20 or $15 per membership, but they still get it at that price. All right, they get it at the first release price. If they start a brand new member right now, they're not paying the full price that everyone else is. They're paying the cheaper price.
I plan on having brand new members over this next 4 weeks that we could help get there.
Yeah, and if we don't achieve it, okay, fine. At least we've gone for it. The what if? What if we don't? Yeah, so absolutely going for it. All right, so you're going to get a Herbalife Nutrition Cookbook. Woo!
They've really been working hard on that. So I'm excited about that.
Spin the wheel. There are over 10,000 worth of prizes to give away, so who knows what they're going to do. I haven't seen Spin the Wheel before.
No, I haven't either.
There's something blurry there. I pretty cool can guess some of them, but I can't.
It's like the tri-blend banana. I know.
We could be wrong.
I'm not going to say anything, but weren't they mentioned at Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I did write them down. I think, but I'm not saying.
But who knows? But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Might be PDM. That'll be cool.
So yeah. So again, right. Be one of the first to sample the 5 members. Say sample. They're going to be on there available for you. You can try it before obviously anyone else can obviously obtain them. Right. Event agenda. So if you haven't looked it up, you get your weekly supplement comes
Definitely
out.
Print it off before you go.
Yeah, print it off. We've printed it off so you can look at when you need to be there, when it's on, when the training's on. Gives you ability then to work out when you can fly out, all those sort of bits and pieces, or fly in. So you definitely need to know that's what that is. All right.
We'll try and catch up on Friday night with everyone.
Yep. So this Thursday at 8 o'clock, we're doing another Back to Basics, and it's going to be completing a 90-day plan. We're going to go more into detail of the 90-day plan that we talked about earlier. So helping about those DMOs and bits and pieces about that. So I didn't want to go into it in detail tonight. It's just on the basic call. We'll just do the 90-day plan and the process of it. So let's go Saturday the 7th of December, Jerry and Carmel. Fantastic. Again, invite people to see a different perspective from they don't have to be Jerry and Carmel's age group either. They can be young people that seeing that they might a young person comes along and go, I should have brought my grandparents, or I should have brought my parents, or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, invite as many people as you possibly can to come and have a listen to Jerry and Carmel.
And if you don't live in Gympie, who do you know in Gympie? Ask those questions.
Yep, always. Okay. STS, 14th of December, President's Team Showcase featuring Rob Walsh, Shondell Bell, Kendall Robinson and Christy Walsh. So that's coming up as well.
Plus, there'll be a Christmas party and there'll be the Queensland Body Transformation results and prizes given out. So imagine bringing someone to this, inviting them, what they're going to say. They're going to say heaps of results. I think they did like a red carpet thing last time.
They
really
did, so
cool.
I don't know what they're going to do this
Giving
time.
out prize money, then the Christmas party with food and that sort of thing. So it's quite social, but they're also going to get amazing personal development training and inspiration. So this is definitely, if you've got someone that hasn't used their free ticket, invite them along. The worst they're going to say is no, but if you keep inviting and to something, that eventually someone's going to say yes. And who do you know in Brisbane as well?
So just thrown in the the member activation program for the 3 months in a row, just to understand, and the reason why you need to do this, because it all helps towards that.
Yeah, so just remember, if you've signed somebody up, they've got to start their 500 volume points within their first 90 days.
Within the first full third month. So if you sign someone up today, this month doesn't count. Their first 90 days starts from December.
Yeah, just
this
so
month
you
doesn't
know
count. First full month, third full month of being in the business. This month wouldn't count.
So just let people know about the promotion. They might not be interested, but it might just give them incentive to be more consistent with the product or try other things, especially with Christmas coming up, asking for referrals. It's kind of one of those things that, you know, you just maybe show them, and of course there's one in the center so you can show everyone if you need an example and you want them to feel it and touch it and get vision. If they're that sort of person, bring them into the center to see it.
Do you know all of that? Have you got it printed out? Have you worked out, okay, the double volume month's gone, but everything else is still in play within that, obviously? Do you know it? And do you know how you can help cut those points down to get you closer and closer without actually having to possibly work it for the full componentry every single month and breaking it to 70,000 down into monthly componentries by helping yourself get there? And like the member active program, like Shelley said, just that program alone, helping someone start that program, become a supervisor, you just take out 2,000 points.
So we're trying to hit 5,000 personal volume every month. So I think we're about 500 and something volume points off that. But to do all the other ones just helps to give it that, you get it straight over the line. And I think the member activation program is an excellent way for anyone to focus on, because everyone's getting new members. Just show them the member activation program and what it is and what they get for it. Because they might just get a few family members and friends, and it's a good way of attracting referrals into your business too.
So end of month, just so you're aware, came out is actually Monday the 2nd.
So when the end of the month falls on a weekend, Herbalife generally does end of month on the Monday after. So just in case you're a little bit close to, you know, a qualification and you just need that extra day, that extra 24 hours sometimes can make all the difference. If you need to get yourself over the line, just so you know, because I know often I'm tracking right through to the day. I try not to use that extra day if I can help it, but it's always nice to have up your sleeve. And then you just got to choose which volume month you're getting it for.
Yeah, that's what you have to be aware of. When you if you go to do orders on that Monday, it will actually ask you, if you go to do orders on that Sunday, the 1st, it's going to ask you which month you're doing your order for, whether you're doing it for the November month or whether you're doing it for the December month. It will actually
make sure you choose correctly.
Yes.
But if you're not sure, just give us a call.
So if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse.
Cool. Right. So let's make it a December to remember.
And we're playing that. What if? What if I made it a December? What if I did that? I made it December to remember. What if I just put everything I could into it to kick myself forward, to launch into next year, to get to Spectacular, to potentially go to Extravaganza, whichever one you choose to go to. You know what I mean? What if you did that? All right?
So remember, it's what you want out of it. It's for everything. But for me, it's how I start my day, the time that I give the girls, like giving them my full attention and being fully present. And it's not always easy as a parent doing that. Not reacting to things, being a better friend, being a better mum, being a better partner. Just, you know, and not that I'm trying to be perfect, but I'm just trying to think about how I can get more out of my life and have a fuller, more enjoyable life, because I feel super relaxed at the moment. I love what I do so much. I love the people that are in my space. Like I'm really looking forward to the walk fit. I don't know why. I love it. I love that we can chat. We're walking
Isn't it
around.
jog fit tomorrow?
Whatever, if you can run if you want. I can take letters for the duckies, and I just really enjoy
Just being out there and enjoying
everything. Even doing flyers this morning, like I'm really enjoying my life, and I would love everyone to feel that way about their lives. So that's what I wish for you.
Cool. So
That's it.
So you're going to stop recording?
I will. I'll stop sharing. Ta-da!
And then you'll
Awesome
stop recording.
mastermind group, and I'll stop recording, and then we can all chat.